Hey Jess, I know you know who I am, but for the audience's sake, my name is Kat Common. I'm with Studio Sweat On Demand, and you are?
Jess N with Studio Sweat On Demand.
What's your name?
Miriam.
Jess, are you currently pregnant?
Yes, I am. I'm just 24 weeks.
Miriam, have you been pregnant recently?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Did you work out throughout your pregnancy?
100%.
Did you work out before your pregnancy?
Yes.
Did you work out before you were pregnant?
Yes.
What did your healthcare professional tell you about working out when you're pregnant?
Well, I'm on my second healthcare professional, as my first one advised me that I should not be working out.
Okay.
Period.
There was a lot of mixed reviews. So initially it was, take it down to slow walks on the beach. Honestly, very low intensity.
I did not agree with that. So I actually found a new doctor, and the stance has completely changed and goes more along with what I've been doing and what I'm allowed to continue to do. So a little more lined up ideals.
So then I had someone else say, you can do what you were doing initially.
Before you were pregnant.
Before you were pregnant, and it's safe and it's healthy for you and the baby.
Did your healthcare professional tell you that you could work out at the same level as you did before you were pregnant?
Not the first one. The second one told me that it was up to me and how I'm feeling. I had already been doing this intensity. I wasn't just starting from scratch and starting to run marathons or teach a spin class that is a high intensity.
Yeah.
I had already been doing it. So she said that yes, I could, but I needed to really be in tune with my body. If I did start to feel overexerted or too warm or too out of breath, which I do, I'm very in tune. So she just gave me the parameters of, you know what you are able to do, so continue or back it off.
Did anyone ask you a question like, should you be working out in your condition when you were pregnant? Did you ever hear that question from people?
Yeah, constantly.
Very much so. I have to take that pause because it's actually really offensive.
It was a very triggering time because I was getting a lot of discrimination and aggressive behaviors too, almost like accusatory. Like, you could miscarry, you could harm you and your baby.
When people ask me that, I pause before I respond, because when I think of condition, I think of my nurse brain goes to, I have a patient in the ICU in critical condition. You have a eczema, a skin condition. For me, it doesn't correlate something pleasant and fun and nice, pregnancy. So when I think of it, I don't love that question at all. I think this isn't a condition. My body is a temple right now. I'm taking so many vitamins, eating so many good things, like doing what I feel feels good for me right now. So this is not a condition. This is a state of being for me. This is like glory. So not a fun word at all.
I was angry.
Great, just what you need when you're pregnant.
Yes. I was angry, and then I felt alienated from that. And then I found strength because ultimately you go to a fear place, like, what if they're right? You know, all the insecure anxieties that is based in fear, which is not accurate and scientific.
Do you feel judged?
I do, because I think like they look at me and they're thinking, oh, well, she's not healthy. That's what I think. And I know that I am a healthy person. So for someone to ask me in your condition, it makes me sad and like kind of want to cry. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to stick up for myself, because I know this isn't a condition. I'm pregnant, and I'm proud to be pregnant, and I feel good and I feel healthy. So this isn't a condition. This is my wonderful state of being.
Were the people asking these questions healthcare professionals?
No, they were not.
Just curious.
They were not.
Never once has one been a healthcare provider. And that's when I usually am like, and then I pause, because I want to be like, do you really have, is this your opinion? Because this is not something that you should really have a statement on, when this is my body, not yours. I would never tell you, in your condition, because it just sounds not nice.
Did you modify your fitness routine throughout your pregnancy? The intensity, things like lying on your back, jumping, running? Did you lift lighter weights? Sorry, I know I threw a lot at you, but.
No, it's a great question. I did, as I grew in size and my hips started to become like the elastin, which is a hormone that makes your joints more loosey-goosey, which is super helpful, but you can get injured more easily. So I was still doing hot power, like yoga, so not to go to the end range because you can tear maybe easily with your, ligaments, tendons. Also, heavier weights, I just didn't feel as good. I was like already carrying weight. Yeah. So I went a little lighter.
The only thing I've really changed, I would say, and I wouldn't say change, I would say maybe modified, is if I know that I was already kind of fatigued or had a rough getting sick day the day before, I would just not push it up to my threshold. So I haven't really changed my intensity. I definitely still teach those higher intensity classes, but I also have my lower intensity in a week. As far as weights, I did drop weight in the beginning because I was so just not feeling good. So I did drop weight. So I went from like a heavy of like 2015 down to like an 8. That was my heavy. So I did modify there.
So you mean your dumbbells?
Dumbbells, yes.
Yeah.
But I am back up to them now because I'm feeling good again.
Cardiovascular fitness, no, that felt actually the same all throughout. I felt like that wasn't challenged. It was more the gravity.
Yeah.
I couldn't jump as high, so.
Yeah. But you were still jumping?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Jumping felt really good.
I've changed my jumping a little, but that's only because my base has changed, where I land a little wider now. When it comes to things I have modified, one is a squat where I'm not right lined up now. I kind of give myself a little bit wider. When it comes to exercises like burpees, I do modify now for me. I don't go all the way down to the ground. I actually have a box or a step that's just elevated a little so that I land there and come back up. I feel a little safer, a little better. I have a little more room, and I just feel better when I come back up.
Spin felt amazing. I had to be a little more upright, which was fine.
Yeah. What about lying on your back?
Yeah, lying on the back, since I didn't show for a while, well, it doesn't matter how you show, it's how you feel. And if you're on the, the vena cava, which is really the artery that runs, that's what they're afraid of. So if you can go hypoxic, you can, you can faint, or your baby cannot get as much oxygen. That's why you don't want to lay on your back for too long. I could feel when it was no longer okay.
So you listen to your body?
I listened to my body.
Good.
Yeah, that was basically my marker.
As far as on my back, that is one controversy that I feel definitely is up to the person as well. Here's the thing, when we're working out, we're not on our back for an hour straight, right? We're down there for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I feel good about being down there because I know that I've worked on my core. I know what I'm doing down there, and I know how to engage my hip flexors. So I feel good about doing things on the ground, and I have not stopped doing things on the ground.
How did working out make you feel when you were pregnant?
It got rid of my edema. I had, so like one leg would end up being swollen. And then I also had some nausea my first trimester. That would go away for 3 to 5 hours after I worked out.
Nice.
It is literally the only thing that has gotten me through the last 5 months. Quite honestly, the only time I'm happy and smiling and not completely sick and feeling green.
I hear that a lot.
I don't know what I would have done without it.
It also got rid of my swelling. My blood pressure stayed stable. I didn't have any blood sugar issues. I felt strong. It was actually like a beautiful bonding time with me and my baby.
Do you think your recovery was faster because you worked out throughout your pregnancy?
Like it's not mathematically correct, like 1,000,000%. But I can't emphasize it enough. Like, I recovered really ridiculously fast. Like, I was surprised by my body. I was like, whoa.
Do you think you're gonna have a faster recovery period because you worked out throughout your pregnancy, Jess?
I am actually quite curious about that. As my first pregnancy, I was out of shape, drinking, not working out, did not, just nowhere near where I am now.
I love your honesty. Yeah.
And I wasn't drinking while I was pregnant. I just mean like before.
Good clarification.
But this is the healthiest I have ever been. I'm not skinny, but I'm not a skinny person, but this is the strongest that I've ever felt. So I am like very, very curious to see exactly how I have to have a wonderful recovery, especially because I will be a C-section, which is a little bit more recovery.
Yeah.
So no, I'm very, almost like a data. I want to take some notes and like really bring it back and be like, this is where I was, this is where I am now, and holy smokes, why would I have never worked out?
Ladies, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. And hey, where can people find those body sculpting, fat torching workouts that they can do during their pregnancy if they worked out before?
Studio Sweat on Demand.
Amen.
Get even more Studio Sweat on demand with our 7-day free trial. We've got a huge library of live and on-demand workout videos, all filmed in our studio and featuring real people just like you. Not to mention a super supportive community of members around the world. Download our app today.